Hey there, budding mycologist. I'm Aaron.
I'm Evie.
And we're just a couple of backyard mycologists, and this is Mycology for Kids. And so today we have a very special mushroom. You want to show them what we're looking at here?
I don't want to touch them. Okay.
So today, what are we looking at?
Golden chantrelles and cinnabolo.
Yeah. Little teeny. We're looking at chantrelles. So chantrelles are in the Cantharellaceae family. Just to review some of the more complicated stuff, they are Basiodiomycotes, meaning they have the little club thingies that hold the spores. They're Agarics because they look like mushrooms, and then their own little group called Cantharellaceae, their family, and then we call them all chantrelles, okay? And what's special about chantrelles?
They are edible.
Yes, they are.
My harmonica.
They are edible. They're one of the best species that you can find in terms of flavor and texture, and one of the most sought after. They go. Restaurants will purchase these for $30 to $40 a pound, so they're also highly valued for their flavor. They have a good texture, good flavor, super special, and that includes this golden chanterelle, or Cantharellus sabarius is the species. Do you want to show them the teeny tiny ones? There's also another species of chanterelle that we have here. These teeny tiny things are called cinnabars, or Cantharellus cinnabarinus, and they're also a species of chanterelle that's edible. Yeah, it's okay.
I won't look.
We'll do a close-up here in a second and look at some of the special features
It's still on my hand.
that allow us to tell some differences. You'd have to probably eat, how many of these do you think you'd have to eat to get full? I don't know. Yeah, people collect like cups of these, and you know, you can add them to soups and other things like that. But okay, so things that we have to watch out for. So remember, when we're collecting mushrooms, we have to be very, very, very careful when we collect mushrooms or other fungi. Yeah, you can wear gloves if it's something that you think's toxic, but also you have to double, triple, quadruple check with somebody to make sure it's edible, right? And in this particular case, we have to be safe because this can be confused with what else? Do you remember?
A normal mushroom.
What is the one that we think of associated with Halloween?
Oh,
Halloween.
jack-o'-lanterns.
Yes. So there's another species of fungi that look like this one. They're way bigger, and they're the show them this up close.
Okay.
These little things underneath the bottom of the cap there are called gill ridges. They're not real gills because they're not underneath that umbrella looking thing, but we call these false gills or gill ridges, and they go down into the stipe or the stem on chantrelles, and that's a key characteristic. Jack-o'-lanterns actually do kind of look like this, but they grow at the base of trees and they're toxic. From what I've read, they're not absolutely fatal, but if you eat one, it will make you feel like you want to die. So golden chantrelles in the Cantharellus group. Do you remember what cantharos, the Greek word, means?
Drink. Cup.
Very good. Yeah. And so that's where the Cantharellus or the chantrelles get their name, is from their overall cup shape. You want to take a closer look at these?
It looks like a cup.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of cup looks like
And
this,
apparently
but
people say it smells like artichoke.
probably no apricot.
Apricot.
Yes.
Wrong thing.
Don't worry, it doesn't smell like either artichoke or apricots. What do you think it smells like? It has a very distinctive, unique,
It smells like a leaf.
like leaves. No, they smell like, they smell like chanterelles. It's really, really hard to associate it with something else. Evie doesn't like the smell of them.
Cucumber.
Cucumber. Okay, yeah, a little bit of a cucumbery smell to them. You want to take a closer look?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's take a closer look at this golden chanterelle. And I've pulled one open here because that's an important characteristic that can help you identify this versus some other toxic similar ones. So the first thing we've got are these gill ridges that run all the way to the edge of the top of the fungi right here and down into the stipe as well. True gills are typically tucked underneath those parasols or those caps that we commonly see in a lot of other mushroom species. Other key things here is the flesh is white on the inside. The southern jack-o'-lantern that's similar in look, although once you've seen them side by side, they're not too similar. But inside a chanterelle kind of looks like string cheese. It's got this white stringy flesh, whereas oftentimes it's a solid color depending on the size of the jack-o'-lantern. It can be solid orange throughout, but it doesn't look like string cheese on the inside. And false chanterelles, another similar looking mushroom that doesn't have gill ridges that run all the way down into the stipe or up to the very top because it has true gills. It's kind of hollow on the inside, so you've got some key characteristics and differences here. Notice how small that little cinnabar is in comparison to our golden chanterelles. Okay, welcome back. We are, just to review, this is, what?
Golden chanterelle.
Golden chanterelle in what group?
Basiodiomycota.
Yes, in the
Cowrie.
Basiodiomycota group, which we know is,
Edible.
yes, this is edible, but Basiodiomycotes, remember they have those little club-shaped things that hold spores at the microscopic level. It's also what we refer to as an agaric because it's shaped like a generalized mushroom. The best characteristic about this?
Lack of gills and edible.
Yes, it's edible. It's a highly sought after edible. We have this species, this Cantharellus sabarius. We also have this other chanterelle, which is Cantharellus cinnamerinus or cinnabars, both highly sought after edible mushrooms. Remember, most important rule of foraging for mushrooms is you must be very, very careful with its edibility and make sure it's super, super edible. Double, triple, quadruple check with people. You can bring gloves, particularly if you're afraid of touching the wrong bugs, which are oftentimes on these things when you find them. And so yeah, always make sure you know. In fact, it's extra, you should be extra safe. And anytime you try a new mushroom you've never eaten before, you should try a tiny little piece after you cook it. And then you should ideally wait until the next day before you really start to eat them, because even edible mushrooms, sometimes people have strange reactions to. As always, I'm Aaron.
I'm Evie.
We're just a couple of backyard mycologists, and this is
Mycology for kids.
Oh.